Live from Office Depot headquarters in Boca Raton, welcome to the Teacher of the Year Awards, brought to you by the Rotary Club of Boca Raton Sunrise.
Welcome everybody, including those viewers watching online, to the 32nd Annual Teacher of the Year Awards, Boca Raton Sunrise Rotary Club, where we basically honor 22 teachers each year, each and every year, from the local 22 elementary, middle, and high schools. I'd like to first thank I want to announce who I am. My name is Tim Sharp, so you know who I am. I'm the co-chair of this event, and for all you, thank you for joining us. And I'd like to first thank the Office Depot. Without their support, this has been a great event, and I want to thank everybody that's been helpful to us over there. Next, I'd like to thank all the folks at all the high schools that have been here tonight. First, we have the Honor Guard. If you guys could stand for us, please. Spanish River Jazz Band. Great job. Thank you, gentlemen. And now I'd like to thank the Teacher of the Year Committee. We have two tables over here. If you guys could stand. These all folks put in time and effort for the last 4 or 5 months putting together this event. Could you all stand, please, Teacher of the Event Committee, so we can all see you? So thank you all for showing up tonight. I'll now turn this over to our Mistress of Ceremony, Ms. Claudia Shea.
Thank you very much. I'm Claudia Shea. I am the station manager of the Education Network. This is so cool. The School District of Palm Beach County actually owns and operates its own TV network, and it gives us great pleasure to support events such as this, in which we recognize our wonderful teachers, our staff, our schools, and all the great and wonderful things that you do. So before we even get started, let's give a big hand to our 22 teachers who we are honoring this evening. You know, Tim said a couple of moments ago, this is the 32nd Teacher of the Year event. And I was looking at some of the pictures up there, and I got to thinking, how many of you teachers out here are not even 32 years old? Raise your hand. Okay, there's a couple of you, because I was thinking it was just me. Okay, so we've all been, all right, so that's great. Anyway, so this event is so wonderful in so many different ways. This is the only city that I can think of in our district that actually acknowledges the accomplishments of teachers at every single school, 22 different schools every year. So this evening you're going to be learning a lot more about those teachers, the principals, the schools, and also about the Rotary itself and its philanthropy, such as this. You're going to be learning where the money raised from this event goes and how it really helps all of our teachers and our students in our schools. The School District of Palm Beach County has a couple of slogans, and one of them is "Excellence happens here." And everyone in this room this evening is an example of that. So thank you so much to everyone. The president of the Rotary is a gentleman named Chris Sudin. Now, Chris has been in Boca a long time. This isn't his first stint as president. He actually was president from 2006 to 2007. Apparently, he missed it so badly that he returned to do it again. So anyway, we appreciate everything that Chris has done for us. Chris and his wife, Marcia, have been residents of Boca Raton for a long time, since 1986, and their children have attended 4 of the schools in Boca Raton, including Sandpiper Shores, Loggers Run, Spanish River, and Olympic High School. And as parents, they've been very involved in the school district, contributing to its greatness, and we thank you all for that. Chris has been a Rotarian for 20 years. He's also the Senior Vice President with Morgan Stanley Wealth Management, so if anyone needs to do any wheeling and dealing behind the scenes, he does have a business card handy for that. Anyway, at this point, I would like to welcome to the stage Chris Sudin to tell us a little bit more about the Rotary.
Thank you, Claudia. Thank you, everybody. Welcome. Welcome to all our distinguished guests, our sponsors, our volunteers, teachers, and principals. It's great for us to be able to host this event for you, and I'd like to start off by we're going to show a little video on about Rotary.
What is Rotary? Rotary International is an international service organization whose purpose is to bring together business and professional leaders in order to provide humanitarian services, encourage high ethical standards in all vocations, and to advance goodwill and peace around the world. It's a secular organization open to all people, regardless of race, color, creed, religion, gender, or political preference. There are over 34,000 clubs worldwide, and over 1.2 million individuals, called Rotarians, have joined these clubs. The Rotarians' primary motto is service above self. Rotarians usually gather weekly for breakfast, lunch, or dinner to fulfill their first guiding principle: to develop friendships as an opportunity for service. Interested in joining Rotary? Then please visit Rotary.org and go to Club Finder on the menu. Or you can click the link below to learn more about your Rotary Club.
Thank you. You know, I'm really proud to be a Rotarian and to work with these great Rotarians at our club. We do a lot of great work, and we look forward to having any one of you that are interested in knowing more about our club, getting in touch with any Rotarian that you'll see around at this event. Jerry talked about how she was impacted by a teacher. How many of us look back and remember fondly a teacher that just motivated us to do a little bit more than we thought we were capable of doing? I definitely do. And I just think it's such an honor for us to be able to recognize the teachers here in Boca Raton. If you go through this booklet, it'll tell you all the teachers that have been awarded this since it started. When it started, we just had 4 schools to honor, and we've grown to 22 schools. A terrific effort by the committee. I'm really delighted that we have new energy, great leadership, and this event is getting better and better. Tim Sharp, co-chair, Pete Gary, and the committee did a great job. I think that is phenomenal. The volunteers have devoted their time and energy to make this happen, and this is really, has come together really nicely. Great job there. Yeah. I think one of the things that we must recognize is that what a big impact the teachers make in the lives of our children. I think we all do. And this format is just a small effort to try and really recognize them and make it as big as possible so that we can really give them the attention that they definitely deserve. None of these events are possible without sponsors. We're delighted to have sponsors support us, to make this event a success, and raise the kind of funds we need to do the good work that we try and do around the community and across the globe. Again, thank you for coming. Thank you to this great event, and great effort by everybody. Thank you. Thank you, Claudia.
Thank you, Chris, and thank you for all of your accomplishments and your contributions to the success of this evening. Okay, speaking of great Rotarians, this event was inspired 32 years ago by one man, Frank Barbieri, who to this day remains the co-chairman of this event. Not only that, Frank is also an advocate, an energetic advocate for our schools and our students and our staff, as he presides over District 5 on the Palm Beach County School Board. He's joked that he may stay in that position until his grandchildren all graduate high school. So I hope that's true, because he does so much. As I mentioned earlier, excellence happens here in great part because of Frank Barbieri. He was elected in 2008 and has really been shaking things up and helping make great changes ever since. Now, by trade, Frank has been a long-time attorney here in Boca Raton, but really, he has these enormous shoes that he fills, and he's got this big resume, but he's really a little kid at heart. To see Frank when he visits the area schools, the kids run up to him. They think that he's their grandfather, or father, as the case may be. Sorry, Frank. But yeah, it's so cool to see how he interacts with these kids on such a personal level. So at this point, it gives me great pleasure to introduce my friend and a man who I respect to no end, Mr. Frank Barbieri.
Hello, everybody. I'm Grandpa Frank. Thank you, Claudia, for those kind remarks. This is really a wonderful event, and it's not about me. It's about all of these wonderful teachers that are here tonight. So I want to tell you a little bit about what we've done and what we hope to do. First of all, I'm not really the co-chairman. Tim is the chair. He's done all the work. I'm just the guy on stage that's going to help Claudia give out awards tonight, so I appreciate the opportunity to be here. Tim Sharpen, the Teacher of the Year Committee, members who you met a little while ago, they did all the work, and I get the glory. It's really a nice arrangement for them to do the work and I get the glory. It's sort of like the teachers, the principals and the administrators are here tonight. You guys do a great job of making the schools down here in Boca great schools, and I get to go to the city council meetings and get the glory, so thank you all for that very much, too. We have 22 schools here. 19 of them are A's and 3 of them are B's. You can't do much better than that, although we're working on those 3 B's, aren't we? Yes, we're working on those. This evening, I'm pleased to play a very small part in honoring the wonderful teachers being recognized by the Rotary Club of Boca Raton Sunrise. As Claudia said, I had the honor and privilege of initiating this program for the Rotary Club in 1987 and serving as its MC for the past 32 years. Little did I know back then when I suggested that we start the program that it would still be going on 32 years later. Although I initiated the program, my fellow Rotary Club members deserve all the credit for its continuation all these years, and I thank all of them for their support of our great public education system. With the addition of the 22 teachers being honored here today, the Rotary Club, over these 32 years, has recognized 514 outstanding teachers from our great Boca Raton schools. 514 great teachers. Let's give them a round of a hand. Of course, tonight would not have been possible without the generous support of our sponsors. I direct your attention to the screen and ask our sponsors here tonight to please stand. All of our sponsors, would you please stand? I know there's a bunch of you here. Thank you very much. But before we meet our teachers, who I think we all agree are really the most important VIPs in the room this evening, we are honored to have other VIPs who support our schools here this evening, and I'd like to recognize them. I ask that as I call your names, please stand and remain standing, and please, everyone, hold the applause until I've called all of them. There's quite a few very important people here tonight that support our schools. First up, I'd like to start off with Palm Beach County Commissioner Steve Abrams over at this table, Boca Raton Deputy Mayor Scott Singer. Please stand, keep standing. Mr. Abrams and Mr. Singer. Stand. Thank you. Boca Raton Councilwoman Monica Mayotte, Boca Raton Councilwoman Andrea O'Rourke, Aide to Senator Clint Stryker, Robert Weinroth, former Boca Raton City Councilman, who is accompanied tonight by his lovely wife Pam, somewhere here in the audience, Troy McClellan, President and CEO of the Greater Boca Raton Chamber of Commerce, Rita Solnit, co-founder of Parents Across America, and Debbie Ellman and Donna Biazzi, co-founders of the Best Foot Forward Foundation. Thank you all for your many years of support. On behalf of the school board, I want to give a special thank you to the Boca Raton City Council members who are here this evening. The city has generously provided the school district with a very valuable parcel of land adjacent to Don Estridge High-Tech Middle School, on which the district plans to open a much-needed and brand-new elementary school, hopefully, Mr. Superintendent, completed in time for the school year starting August 2020. And also, we'd like to thank the Chamber President, Troy McClellan, and the Chamber's Golden Bell Foundation, which has, over the years, given over $1.4 million in grants to the schools here in the South area. Thank you all. In addition to these community leaders, we have some very dedicated school administrators who I'd like to recognize. Again, I'd appreciate it if you'd stand and hold the applause. We have our brand new and already overworked superintendent, Dr. Donald Fenoy. Dr. Fenoy has the distinction of being the first superintendent that is younger than my oldest son. And since I'm old enough to be his dad, he insists on calling me Mr. Barbieri, even in private. I told him if he continues that, I'm going to start calling him Sonny, so we'll get even. We have our Deputy Superintendent, Keith Oswald, Chief Financial Officer, Mike Burke, Chief of Staff, Amity Schuyler, General Counsel, Julie Enrico, and our 4 South Regional Instructional Superintendents, Dr. Glenda Sheffield, Dr. Jennifer Sanders, Mrs. Jamie Wyatt, please stand, and Mrs. Maria Bishop. Thank you all for coming this evening. I know you had a busy day today, and I know, especially you, Dr. Sheffield, drive many, many miles to get here, so we appreciate you coming down. Our regional superintendent is Dr. Ian Saltzman, who most of the people in this room probably know. Dr. Saltzman would have been here tonight, but unfortunately his mother passed away yesterday, so he could not make it tonight. In addition to these administrators, we have the principals and some of our other school-based administrators here to celebrate our teachers this evening. Rather than calling all of your names and making you stand like I did last year, we're going to first show your names up on the screen, and then now I'm going to ask all of you, all the principals and school-based administrators, would you please stand and be recognized? We have 22 principals here this evening. Thank you. You will be hearing from each of the principals in a few minutes when they tell us all about the Teacher of the Year from their particular school. Thank you for helping us recognize 22 outstanding teachers. I also want to thank Claudia Shea, my co-MC up here this evening. In the Education Network, Claudia is the network station manager, but we have David McKinley and the entire staff, I think, of the Education Network in the back of the room, so they did a great job tonight, so thank you all to the Education Network. And of course, this evening would not have been possible without the hard work of Tim Sharp, chairman of the Teacher of the Year program this year, and his committee members. As I said, they have done much, much more than I have in putting all of this together this evening. Thank you to Tim and the committee for a job superbly well done. Finally, there are 2 special ladies who I want to recognize this evening that are here with me. The first one is Maria Baez, my wonderful secretary in the school board office, who spent countless hours assisting me in preparing for this evening's program. On Administrative Professional Day yesterday, my wife said she didn't know what I had planned on giving Maria, but told me that in her opinion, after Maria being my secretary and putting up with me for the past 5 years, Maria deserves sainthood. Thank you, Maria. If you put a reminder on my calendar next week, I'll call Pope Francis and see what I can do about that. Finally, the other lady who joined me tonight, that's my wife, Rita. Rita and I will be celebrating our 47th wedding anniversary in September. Yeah, I know, you didn't think I looked that old, did you? Yeah. She certainly doesn't. I don't know why she's been putting up with me, but I'm sure she didn't consider when she said I do 47 years ago that she was accepting a life sentence. Not sure exactly how she's put up with me for these 47 years, and I'm certain that many of the people sitting at that table, the district administrators, they wonder the same thing after putting up with me for 10 years on the school board. But I'm lucky that Rita stuck it out. I want to thank her because I'm rarely home in the evenings, spending a lot of time in schools and at events like this to help children less fortunate than ours. So thank you, Maria and Rita. As stated earlier, this event raises tens of thousands of dollars each year, which is earmarked by the Rotary Club to provide scholarships to students who are studying to be teachers at Florida Atlantic University, Palm Beach State College, and Lynn University. And we also provide scholarships that are available for our existing teachers to help cover the cost of obtaining certifications and advanced education degrees. In that booklet on your table this evening, there are scholarship applications. So any of you teachers, or if you would like to apply for any of the scholarships for additional education that you'd like to have, or you have any students that you think, you know of students in the colleges here locally that are studying to become teachers, we'd be happy to take their applications. As a school board member, I know very well that teachers rarely enjoy the recognition they so truly deserve, so I'm very pleased I'm able to help recognize them this evening. The teaching profession makes all other professions possible. A wise man once said that in a completely rational society, the best of us would be teachers, and the rest of us would have to settle for something less. In this room this evening, there are doctors, lawyers, engineers, architects, bankers, business owners, politicians, and other professionals. And then, of course, there are the best of us, you, our teachers. There are no words adequate to thank you enough, and no bank account large enough to repay you for dedicating your lives to teaching our children. Consider this. There is only one gift we can ever receive that no one can take from us. That is the gift of an education, and that, my friends, is a gift given from the heart of a teacher to a child. In the envelopes our teachers will receive this evening, there is a $200 check for each of our 22 teachers from the Rotary Club as a small token of our appreciation. On behalf of the Rotary Club of Boca Raton Sunrise, and as the school board member on behalf of the entire school board of Palm Beach County, on behalf of the parents, community members, and most importantly, the children who are empowered by you, whose passions are ignited by you, and whose dreams will be realized because you cared enough to dedicate your lives to their service, I sincerely thank you. A very wise man once proclaimed that what a teacher writes on the blackboard of life can never be erased. No professional on this earth has a greater impact on creating a better future for our children than you, our teachers. And speaking of that blackboard of life never being erased, one of our elected officials who was unable to be here this evening, United States Congressman Ted Deutsch, has a special honor for our teachers. We will be giving each of you teachers this evening a letter which lists the names of all of you. That letter has affixed to it the official seal of the United States House of Representatives, and that letter has been entered by Congressman Deutsch into the congressional records of the 115th U.S. Congress. With the entry of that letter, the names of our 22 teachers this evening will be part of the United States congressional record in the Library of Congress and etched into the permanent history of the United States of America. Thank you, Congressman Deutsch, for recognizing that a teacher's influence on a child's life affects eternity. We have a short video message from Congressman Deutsch, which you'll see a little later. Now, Claudia, I think it's time for you to take over. By the way, I just want to advise you all of one thing. I had rotator cuff surgery 5 weeks ago. So when I shake your hand, if it's not a heavy shake, I'd appreciate it if you don't heavy shake back, because I'm not supposed to be doing anything with my right hand, and so just be kind to me tonight, please. Thank you.
Yeah, that's the story he's been milking for a while now. Okay, are you all ready to begin? Okay. The first teacher we'll be celebrating is from Addison Meisner Elementary School, teacher Irene Ganitas.
Do you know how to spell third?
Irene Ganitas is one of those people that is truly meant to be a teacher. Although she's taught both intermediate and primary classrooms at Addison Meisner, she is currently a second grade inclusion teacher teaching some of the most challenging students. Her classroom consists of compassion, persistence, and definitely high standards for the students.
Thank you. Aside from teaching them academics, a part of my job is teaching them that every child has a gift. And no child will ever forget how you made them feel. And if a child feels that you believe in them, there's no telling how far they'll go. And I feel like that's really the beauty of my job, is bringing that out in each student.
Every year, parents request her because she's just so dynamic in the classroom with the students and moves the kids from a low level to a high level consistently each and every year, no matter which classroom I put her in.
I'm honored. You know, I feel like I've been here 8 years now. I love what I do. I work really hard, and it's nice to be acknowledged and appreciated for all the hard work that you put in. I'm very humbled. I love it. It's always been home for me.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
The next teacher who will be honoring, from A.D. Henderson School, Cheyenne Oliveira.
If your values as a society declines, what do you think is going to probably start to happen?
What I love about her teaching style, it's not only about the teaching, the content and curriculum, she also just loves teaching kids, and you can tell she's funny, she's charismatic, she jokes with the kids.
Should I come back to it? No. Should you sit on it? I want them to see that there's so much more out there, and that education is really the key to whatever they want for their future, whatever that may be. Now, one of the famous kings of the dynasty was Wu the Great. So let's write his name down.
She is such a supporter of parents, of students, of her colleagues.
I love coming to work every day. I get up in the morning and I realize it's going to be a great day because I'm going to do something that I love to do, and I'm going to be surrounded by kids who smile and are happy to see us and happy to see me and happy to learn. And I know that I'm making a difference, and that brings me joy.
From Boca Raton Elementary School, we now honor teacher Patricia FUSCO.
Obtuse. The staff actually selected Mrs. FUSCO to be our Teacher of the Year, and she is a 4th grade math teacher who's very positive, very dedicated. Her class is amazing. She teaches math in a way that makes it fun for kids.
Specify what that 110 is measuring.
I do what I do because I love kids and I love making a difference. And I love teaching students who are struggling in math strategies to help them be successful. It's nice to know that my fellow teachers see all the hard work that I'm putting into the classroom with my students.
They are all excited to be in her classroom. I mean, the kids come up in 3rd grade saying, please put me in Ms. FUSCO's class next year. And she makes math exciting and fun.
So is one whole more or less than 4/8? It's an honor to be selected as the Teacher of the Year for Boca Raton Elementary School.
Congratulations!
Congratulations! Our next recipient is Jaquay Lewis from Boca Raton High School.
Hey, Lila! How you doing?
Jaquay is an amazing educator. Not only that, she just, no matter what room she walks into, she just brightens the room. She brightens the day. Her students absolutely adore her. You know, working with her is just a pleasure. Her smile just doesn't stop.
Can you name me another character?
I love my students. I look forward to seeing them every single day. There have been times where maybe I'm just not feeling my best and I come in, they have their binders ready and they are prepared, and I know that I have to give them my absolute best.
High five! All right.
She's a role model. She is so devoted to her students and making sure that they have everything that they need to succeed. She's also been taking on some more leadership roles and working with the administrative team to broaden her horizons too. But her focus still is her children. She really just loves them.
I love my job, I love what I do, and I love my kids.
I'm gonna get a picture. Okay. On this side. Congratulations. You're welcome.
From Boca Raton Middle School, teacher Carrie Marone.
All right, Angela.
Carrie Mayone is an excellent team player. She's a true leader amongst her peers here at Boca Raton Community Middle School. She is our AVID coordinator. She's our ESOL coordinator. She is our professional development lead teacher, as well as our SAC chair. And she was instrumental in bringing AVID XL to our school. This is our first year doing it, and she has really been a lead person in making that happen.
Right. And how about number 5? What are we looking at? People don't necessarily think of me as a teacher, but I am a teacher. Yeah, I'm a teacher without a classroom, so that's a little odd, right? But I was very honored, and it was nice to know that the work that I do is being recognized by the administration. Here it says weather patterns. I really believe in equity in education, and I really believe in being an advocate for students, and also that they have just the opportunities that everybody else does, and so that's really why I do what I do.
We're very lucky to have her and very proud of her.
From Calusa Elementary School, Alexandra Mangonia.
The faculty and staff at Calusa selected Ms. Mangona as our Boca Rotary Teacher of the Year because she just exudes all the qualities that a student or a parent would want in a child's teacher. She is energetic, she is involved and engaged in the school, she participates in activities outside of school, she's ready to volunteer. So many different reasons why we all chose her as our Teacher of the Year this year.
I love the light bulb effect when you're teaching someone and they're confused or they don't know what to do, and suddenly something clicks and their eyes widen, they know what is going on, and I love that feeling of being able to share that with them. You have different values in your bag of coins.
She really puts her heart and soul into everything that she does, her relationships with her students, the communication she has with parents. It's just, she goes above and beyond the expectations that we would want for any teacher on our staff.
Congratulations.
And now from Coral Sunset Elementary School, teacher MEGHAN Mooney.
Give me a thumbs up on the table if you think you know what this word means.
The faculty and staff here voted for MEGHAN Mooney because she's just one of those teachers that every time you walk in her classroom, you know that her students are being instructed at the highest level of rigor.
Is 2 half of 4? I put myself completely into this profession. When I design my lessons and when I teach my students, I make sure that everything is relevant and meaningful, that there's no busy work. Everything has a purpose, and whenever I can, I try to make sure that it's fun for the students, but they're also learning. I build respectful relationships with my students, and I think that my dedication to the profession is evident in everything that I do.
And you know that every single day that her children walk in the classroom that they are so excited to be there with her. Congratulations. Thank you for all that you do here for Coral Sunset and for all of the students that you teach each and every day.
Congratulations.
And next up, Del Prado Elementary School, and our recipient is Melissa Pierce.
J-E-L-L-Y. Jelly.
She's just able to make learning come alive for them, so it's really enjoyable to see that. The students really feed off of that, and of course it shows as well in their accomplishments and the progress that they're always making.
Great job, girls. I have always wanted to be the kind of teacher who helps students find their gifts. A project I started 4 years ago called the Good Panther Project is a way for them to explore and step out of their comfort zones and find what makes them special and unique, just as each one of us is. Tyra, can you collect those charts?
She is such an active player in our school for building a sense of community among our teachers as well as our students. And what more could we want in a stellar teacher like Miss Pierce?
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And that brings us to Don Estridge Middle School, and the winner is Thomas Simone.
We're going to interpret the Constitution.
Mr. Simone is just such a pleasure to be around. He always has a smile on his face.
Have the right to necessary and useful school supplies.
He is always looking out in the best interest of the overall of the school, the teachers, and the students.
Excellent job.
He has a unique teaching style. You will often find his kids lined up at the beginning of class and they have to answer a review question about a lesson from the day before.
All right.
Oh, well, the kids most of all. Just having awesome kids every day, getting to do what I love to do. I really have a passion for civics especially, but just getting to see them getting it each day and just doing really cool and fun activities with them is really awesome.
And did you come up with the same answers or not and discuss why or why not that happened?
I try to work hard and do great things. It's cool when it's recognized. Just really happy to be at a great school with such great kids and doing what I love to do every day.
Next, please join us in congratulating from Eagles Landing Middle School, Gary Aronson.
So let's take out your election vote count, please.
Gary's just one of those characters at the school where his passion for his subject area comes out and it's exuberant, and the students really do respond to that energy that he brings. It also radiates to the other staff members and teammates that he has.
Think about what we learned when we did the 3 branches.
I teach because I want to give back. I teach civics because I love the topic, and we can bring the real world into the classroom every day. And I can engage the kids on what they see on TV, what their parents talk about, and what goes on around them on a daily basis.
Appointed, yes. Nice.
He's been pivotal in the high scores that the school has produced over the last few years, top in the state, and we're just ecstatic that he continues to build upon that and grow all the teachers and teams beneath him who want to be a part of that as well. So that's what makes him just the easy choice for the Rotary Teacher of the Year.
Our next honors go to Joni Webster from Hammock Point Elementary School.
What could you do? Yes, sir.
We are so excited to have Miss Joni Webster as our Sunrise Rotary Teacher of the Year this year at Hammock Point Elementary School. Our staff chose her because she is in it for the kids.
Circle of what? Safe adults.
I love what I do because I love children. And I love, as a school counselor, to be a teacher of assisting children with the social emotional skills that are so important for them to learn, to be able to be productive and to be successful in life. Inspiring them, giving them, influence to positive choices that they can make, and dealing with their feelings is a huge, huge part of what my job is as a school counselor.
The register, oh, you remember, excellent.
She works so hard every day to meet the social and emotional needs of our students here at Hammock Point, and she does a fabulous job. She's been here for 26 years, and we hope we have her for 26 more.
And next, let's hear it for Robin Jones Crockett from J.C. Mitchell Elementary School.
Everything seems real.
Robin Jones Crockett was selected as a J.C. Mitchell Teacher of the Year. I have to say Mrs. Crockett is energetic, she is funny, she is dedicated, and she is firm. And she pushes our students to make sure that they achieve their academic goals and their behavioral goals too.
Can't move him and he can't see them.
I teach special education because I love the kids and I'm an advocate for those kids who struggle. I know exactly what plan to put in place to help them be successful. So let's take all of our ideas and let's just put those into one complete thought. Every child learns differently, and as an educator, we must teach them how to find that inner strength to be successful.
She just makes learning fun, but she looks very serious all the time, but she's a jokester. And she makes our learning environment just fun at J.C. Mitchell, and we're lucky to have her.
It's an honor that people notice all of the hard work that I do.
And next, we're honoring Deborah Strauss from Loggers Run Middle School.
It sends to Congress, to the Senate, and has to approve it.
It doesn't surprise me that she was picked as Teacher of the Year. She is an amazing teacher. She knows everything about civics, and she really helps our students take it to the next level.
What's their role, diplomats and ambassadors?
Each day I try to inspire my students. I try to make teaching creative, enjoyable, and yet worthwhile to them so that they understand the concepts easily and they can relate it to real life situations.
Any questions, if you're stuck on any of the answers, raise your hand and I'm happy to come home.
And she does a great job as a teacher leader. So it's not only working with the students, but it's also working in developing teachers to bring out the best that they can be. So it doesn't surprise me at all why she was nominated as Teacher of the Year for Sunrise Rotary Club Teacher of the Year.
Our next outstanding teacher comes to us from Olympic Heights High School, Susan Millardi.
So it's kind of cool. It's how much is actually telling you how many. Do you understand?
She's very enthusiastic. She brings science to life for the kids, and she pulls them along, and they get excited about the curriculum.
We could actually calculate it in grams. We can. But one of my favorite things about teaching is that every day is a new day in high school. Doesn't matter what happened the day before, the next day is a new adventure, and every year in August, you get that I'm coming back.
Sue is just incredibly well respected by not only her colleagues at Olympic Heights, but also throughout the district. And she has been a tremendous resource for many of the chemistry teachers.
Olympic Heights is a wonderful high school. I've seen it evolve, and it's just a great place for kids to go to school. It's a great environment. I love it.
She brings a passion to it that is unlike almost anyone I've ever worked with. The kids feed on that, so they do a phenomenal job in her classes and they really enjoy the coursework.
From Omni Middle School, let's hear it for teacher Tara Clare.
Tell me what happens. What magically pops up?
She is one of those teachers that loves to come to work every day. Her personality just brings in energy.
Tells you on the top what website to go to. I've always wanted to be a teacher, and I love, being able to work with kids and watch them grow academically every year. I think that's the best part. You feel young every day coming in. And
the students are energized when they come into the classroom, and they just love being able to go and learn math from her.
And every year I just hope that my kids walk out feeling loved and have an appreciation for their education.
We are very proud of Miss Clare here at Omni Middle School. She is a wonderful person and also one of those star teachers that we look for every day.
Up next, Sandpiper Shores Elementary School, and the recipient is Josephine Saldana.
We can remember the volume, the formula for finding.
Quiet and unassuming, and her power just kind of reaches everybody. And she's one of my most requested teachers, and people, really want her in their class working with their kids because she's wonderful with them.
What are some 3D shapes you might have at home that you could find the volume for? Rectangle. Yeah, rectangle.
I think that one of the attributes that I've had, and I think that I've had this since I was little, is that patience. I think that I've had patience. And so when I see other people around me who need help, I jump right in, and my patience has helped me help them become better.
I'm very lucky to have Josephine on my staff. She's one of those teachers that you don't find every day, and her power reaches really far beyond just the kids that she works with, and she touches our whole school.
From Spanish River High School, please join us in congratulating Mary Shanti.
When you become parents, you probably will embarrass your children.
She's Miss Shanti. The kids know and love her. She is a person who is about children, and it's truly about the children.
Let's come back together as a class. I love having the opportunity teaching AP Lit. Besides preparing them for the AP exam, I'm getting them to appreciate literature, to read literature, but they're all life lessons. Okay, Sydney.
She's the only teacher who I know in high school can get away with playing with a puppet in class as a lesson.
Teaching is who I am. It's my passion. This is my 35th year, and I look forward to many more years, believe it or not.
Mary deserves it more than anyone, and because of her personality, she gives away all accolades. She will not take credit for anything. So this is one where, now that it's been done, she has to take credit for it. And I'm glad she's finally getting the credit where the credit is due.
Our next teacher who also engages students, from Sunrise Park Elementary School, Marcela Mendoza.
Marcela Mendoza was chosen as our Sunrise Park Rotary Teacher of the Year because she is a dynamic physical education teacher here at our school site. She is collaborative with her staff members and also our community members here. She really connects with our students, is big on relationships and developing that bond with our students both in and outside of the classroom.
They get excited about what I'm teaching, especially the little ones, because they're excited. They're almost excited about everything. And and I like to see, since I see them from when they're kindergarten all the way to 5th grade, it's great to see how they have progressed, not only as a physical education, but also about their attitudes, their characteristics, and the way that they are with other people, using teamwork and things that are taught in my class.
She is truly a team player. She goes above and beyond on a daily basis, and we are so proud of her here at Sunrise Park.
Now that's how you accept an award. Nice move. From Verde Elementary School, our next winner is Kathleen Leffler.
1, 2, 3, 4, come on Mackenzie, hit the floor. We're so glad you're here today. Hooray, hooray, hooray.
Ms. Leffler has high energy at all times. She's very caring, and she really wants the students to be successful.
I noticed Isla showing me that she's ready. My inspiration comes from my students. The classroom that I'm teaching now is working with a combination of English-speaking students and then students learning to speak English as their second language.
She cares about all children, she mentors other staff on campus, and she just does a phenomenal job in our community.
They have that growth mindset where they're willing to try, and I just think seeing that, the growth that you see in the students, is what makes it the most rewarding to be a teacher here. Sure, yeah.
She's very soft-spoken, and she's very humble. She really shies away from the limelight, but it's hard for her to do that because she's so good at what she does.
From Water's Edge Elementary School, please welcome Karen Richards.
Think about those chunks of work.
I think my passion about teaching has to do with the children. They're so eager to learn, and some of these kids have such fear of learning. Some of these children have such pressure on them, and a lot of the children I work with know that they're struggling. And I think it's important that I give them that opportunity to succeed.
Spend. What sound do you hear at the end of spend? ND. ND.
Karen Richards is a tremendous asset to our community here at Water's Edge Elementary. Ms. Richards is our SAI teacher, and she works with our most struggling readers and works to develop those foundational skills of literacy. She also is our school-based team leader and volunteers at numerous things throughout our school year.
I think why I teach is that the children are so important. I want them to realize their potential and that they can make a difference in the world. You know, they come to me and we're reading books. You know, books have words have power, and those words can change the world, and these children can go on to make a change in the world and make a difference in the world.
Karen, we're very proud of Ms. Richards and congratulate her on this tremendous honor.
From West Boca Raton High School, please welcome Stephanie Stiepelman.
Which chords are what?
Ms. Stiepelman was picked for the Boca Raton Rotary Teacher of the Year because she's a phenomenal teacher. You know, beyond just building incredible positive relationships with students.
We went over how to check the rate, right, and how to check the rhythm.
What is your why? Why are you here? Why are you in my class? I teach an elective emergency medicine class. My goal is that they all leave here inspired to help others, to help their community, and hopefully save a life someday.
Now you're going to hook up your limb leads first.
I have a student this year that actually saved their roommate's life. I have someone who saved their dad from choking. When they come in and they're all excited to say that something they learned in this class saved somebody else and did something, and they are inspired to keep going in medicine.
And giving kids hands-on experience in a class they would never get an opportunity to do if not for her expertise.
And rounding out our 22 teachers, our final teacher from Whispering Pines Elementary School, Danielle Alarcon.
You have to be so careful. The students love her because she does make learning relevant to them, and they work hard for her because of her involvement with them.
Yeah, we're gonna do one more, and I mean my favorite part about teaching would definitely be the students. I love interacting with all my different students that I meet every year, and every day is different.
Her instruction is so engaging. They want to please her. They want to do well, so they put the effort into it. And that's nice. It's a nice culture that she's built within her classroom.
I really hope that my students just love to learn and that they realize that learning will always be with them.
Okay. She does amazing things with her students, and she does amazing things with her colleagues, so I am very, very proud of her and the fact that she's earning this honor tonight. She deserves it.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it again for 22 shining examples of why the School District of Palm Beach County is your best choice. And it gives me great pleasure to welcome back to the stage Mr. Frank Barbieri.
By the way, those delicious desserts, again, were made by the students at the West Palm Beach High School Culinary Academy. Didn't they do a great job? Did I say Boca? West Boca. I'm sorry, East Boca. That was West Boca High School. Made those. So we have a special teacher here tonight that we haven't talked about yet. But before we say much about her, I want to bring up another special guest who is going to help me present an award to this teacher. And that is our very new superintendent, Dr. Donald Fenoy. Dr. Fenoy is the 26th superintendent of schools for the School District of Palm Beach County. The school district is the 10th largest school district in the United States with a student enrollment of more than 193,000 students. Our annual budget exceeds $2.9 billion, and the district is the largest employer in Palm Beach County with over 23,000 employees, including 13,000 teachers. Prior to his appointment as superintendent of schools, Dr. Fenoy served as the district's chief operating officer from May 2016 to March 2018. He is credited with significantly improving operational efficiencies across the 9 departments within his division following the transportation meltdown in 2015. We all remember that one, don't we? Especially the principals getting all those phone calls from angry parents. In addition, he created organizational structures to successfully execute $1.3 billion in tax referendum projects. He also managed district operations during Hurricane Matthew in 2016 and Hurricane Irma in 2017. Dr. Fenoy is a member of the 2015-2016 class of the Broad Academy, part of the Broad Center for the Management of School Systems, in addition to being part of Leadership Florida's Executive Leadership Class 10. Chiefs for Change named him to their 2017 cohort of the Future Chief Program. Dr. Fenoy was honored for his outstanding accomplishments in the field of public education and for being among the most notable 125 alumni of Florida Agricultural Mechanical University during the school's 125th anniversary celebration. Dr. Fenoy graduated from Florida A&M University with a degree in elementary education. He went on to earn a master's degree in educational leadership and a doctorate in educational leadership and administration from the University of Central Florida. He and his wife, Kendra, are the proud parents of 2 beautiful children. Dr. Fenoy, would you come up and help me present this next award? This year, the Rotary Club has decided to give a very special award that we've never given before. Teachers plant the seeds of knowledge that last a lifetime. One of our teachers here tonight has spent a lifetime planting those seeds. She was one of the first 4 teachers who were honored at our Teacher of the Year program 32 years ago today. She began her teaching career in 1969 in New York before beginning to teach here in Palm Beach County in 1985, where she spent 29 years teaching at Coral Sunset Elementary School as an art teacher. All told, she spent more than 40 years giving the gift of an education to our children. Please help me welcome to the stage the recipient of the Rotary Club of Boca Raton Sunrise's first ever Lifetime Achievement Award to Susan Mocktack Heller.
Well, Sue, congratulations again. Everybody give her a round of applause, please. Okay. Well, you know, when you think about the reality of a lifetime of work and all of the students that she's touched over the years, I mean, it's a Herculean task that she has done, and I'm just so proud that she's worked here in Palm Beach County, as I'm sure all of you are. At this time, I'll turn it back over to Dr. Barbieri. Mr. Barbieri.
Grandpa Barbieri. So earlier I told you that Ted Deutsch, our congressman, had a special video announcement, so I'd like if the Education Network would play that now for us, please.
Hi, it's Ted Deutsch. I'm sorry that I can't be with you at this year's event in honor of the 22 outstanding South Florida teachers who've been awarded the Teacher of the Year Award from the Rotary Club of Boca Sunrise. Before we go any further, I'd like to take a moment just to thank my friend and really dedicated public servant and Rotary activist, Frank Barbieri, for everything that he does to strengthen education in Palm Beach County and just generally for all that he does in our community. For the past 32 years, the Rotary Club of Boca Raton Sunrise has offered this annual distinction to one teacher at each of the 22 schools in the greater Boca Raton area. These teachers have dedicated their time to inspiring, empowering, and bettering the next generation of youth in our community. Their passion in this effort is truly worthy of our recognition. These 22 exemplary teachers have made a profound impact on their students through their caring and commitment and through their professionalism, and their integrity and excellence give them high marks in all that they do. Our community is fortunate to have such outstanding teachers right here in the Boca Raton area. I'm especially pleased to celebrate the Lifetime Achievement Award winner of Susan Mokhtar-Keller. Susan was honored at this event 32 years ago, and we honor her again now for her dedication to students throughout her illustrious career. Again, I'd like to congratulate Susan and all of the honorees at this year's event. I'm so sorry that I can't be with you. Enjoy the rest of the program.
Thank you. So I'd like to invite back our superintendent, Dr. Donald Fenoy.
Thank you. So the stories of this evening have been very inspirational, and it kind of made me reflect on the realities of how I got here today. 3 teachers are the reason why I'm here. The first teacher was my band director in high school, who had a very interesting discipline program for those students who chose not to fully participate the way that he chose to lay it out. And so as a result of all of those push-ups and other things that I had to do for being late and not following, I actually ended up making the football team because I got so much stronger. Then there was another teacher named Mr. Huggins. So I was not the best student. I tested well, but I had this phobia of being discovered of being smart. And so, you know, talking and telling jokes was sort of my way. But my senior year, I had a hole in my schedule. And the only advanced class I ever took was a world history class because that was the only class that would fit. And Mr. Huggins taught me about world history and inspired something in me that has lasted a lifetime. And those 2 men were important because the third most important teacher, or the most important teacher, was my father, who for 22 years served in the U.S. military. And he was gone fighting the Iraq War, Desert Storm specifically, my entire teenage years. He was gone. He was disappearing, you know, a little bit when I was in middle school, and we couldn't figure, I didn't know why. And then once Desert Storm hit, he was gone. And this is before internet. And so, you know, we didn't have an opportunity to talk. And so for 22 years, he served in the U.S. military. But when he returned in 1994, he and I both went to college the same year. And he joined a program called Troops to Teachers. And so for 22 years serving in the U.S. military, then he went on to serve for 20 years teaching 3rd grade. And when I graduated from undergrad at Florida A&M University, I also taught 3rd grade, We were the 2 largest third grade teachers in America. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Little Donald, and I'm 6'4", 300 pounds. My father is Big Donald. But for 20 years, he was the best third grade teacher in the world. And I laugh when Mr. Barbieri says, he'll call me Sonny. So my father always wanted me to be an elementary school principal so that he could come work for me. And I was like, Dad, really? How would that work? He said, because then I could run the school. I could show you how to do it. And so I'm very glad that didn't happen. But now having, Papa Barbieri around, I still have a father figure that will be telling me what to do. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm just so thankful to be here. I'm thankful for all the wonderful teachers that day in and day out. When you think about the unfortunate tragedy, February the 14th of 2018, our teachers were on the front lines here in Boca Raton making sure our kids were safe. They were on the front lines making people feel secure. And them, along with their principals, were the ones talking to parents. And so for me, as a chief operating officer at that time and now superintendent, we couldn't have got through that moment. And still, as we begin to heal and figure out our next steps, our teachers are the ones that are going to help us get back to a new sense of normal. So I thank everyone in this room for everything that you do for the kids of Palm Beach County. But especially, let me tell you something, the people in Boca Raton have been wonderful to me since I was selected to be the superintendent. And it's such a wonderful feeling when my wife actually got a job in Boca Raton 2 weeks before we took the job, which is a big reason why she kept asking me, are you going to apply? Are you going to apply? She really loves this community. And so as we look for the place to finally purchase our home, her traveling down here I may end up losing the battle as it relates to where my son goes to school next year. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. I want to thank Mr. Barbieri for all of his support and the rest of the board, to the entire staff, all the principals, teachers. We have a big job ahead of us, but the people here are so great, there's no doubt in my mind that we will continue to produce some of the most accomplished and best students in the country. Thank you so much and have a wonderful evening.
Thank you so much, Dr. Fenoy. And on behalf of the Rotary Club of Boca Raton Sunrise, the School District of Palm Beach County, all the wonderful sponsors, thank you and congratulations to our 22 teachers and Sue. A wonderful evening, and thank you so much for making this school district what it is. Good night.